Israel. Yet another warning shot coming from Israel's army across the border into a Syrian military position. It happened last night, the second warning shot in just a week's time. The IDF says the Syrian army is violating a decades-old ceasefire by doing construction work on an army post. The ceasefire specifically prohibits entry of heavy construction equipment or military vehicles into that demilitarized zone. Israel's prime minister and defense minister this month have insisted they will go to any lengths to defend Israel's security, and they will continue to attack positions and weapons convoys in Syria as needed. Our Daniel Semak, our defense correspondent, joins us live right now from the border to the north. Daniel, give us a sense, really, where you are, the proximity that we're talking about, how far apart these two sides are, and really the tension that we're talking about today.
Yes, Jeff. So we're really standing mere yards, tens of yards away from the Syrian border. And behind me, you can actually see the Syrian town of Khader. We are actually located in Majd al-Shams on the Israeli side of its Druze village. And Khader is actually the site to which the IDF artillery aimed its shells over the weekend because allegedly they saw Syrian, as you mentioned, Syrian forces working on some sort of military post, which again is absolutely crossing a red line as far as the IDF is concerned. And it's not like what we've seen in the past where there have been errant fire and an IDF response, or as you mentioned, weapons convoys that are destined for Iranian-backed Hezbollah. This is slightly different. It's a breach of a ceasefire, but again, a clear crossing of a red line, a clear violation as far as Israel is concerned at a time where it's very important for them to emphasize the boundaries.
I mean, Daniel, we can see how close these positions are from your position. There's been two warning shots it's separated only by a few days. If the Syrian army keeps bringing in construction equipment to beef up the military post, will there be more warning shots, or will the Israeli army attack?
So what's likely to occur, given the present climate? We're talking about a time where IDF leaders and defense officials have made it very clear that that Israel will not back down from the red lines that they have already set. And if Syria or Assad or rebel troops, any sort of aggression or any break from what Israel considers to be acceptable, will be met with probably an IDF response. An aggressive attack might be less likely, but the IDF will continue to make its boundaries very clear.
All right, Daniel Semak reporting live for us at the border right there. Thanks for that report.